If anybody wants to take a seat, we're going to do the pitches now. So again, Zdenek, Idan, Erez, Tim, and Flavia, thank you very much. And I must say, I want to echo what Erez was saying. A lot of the thing about the travel industry is really meeting face-to-face and actually traveling. So I went to South Africa because the Israeli commerce attaché invited me there and met a lot of people, and that's why we have a strong representation today here from South Africa. And many of the people that we have here from overseas, we met them face-to-face or colleagues of them in different events and different places. So I'd like to introduce InnoVel COO, which is Chen Amishai, and he will take the next stage of running the 3-minute pitch of startups. Chen is the founder of Travelist, for the one of Israeli of you that knows the product. Today is owned by Gulliver Group, and he was after this with Amadeus and Zap Travel, and then he joined us at InnoVel. So please, Chen, take it over.
Thank you. Thank you very much, all. Thank you for coming. We are now going to the interesting stuff. It's going to be very fast, so please pay attention. First one is SaverTrain, represented by Sharir.
Hello, guys. So you already know what I'm doing. So I'm doing rail distribution. How do I push the green one? Back one? Perfect. So Dara Kashasky, just before he left Expedia to Uber, said that rail is ready for an online revolution. So I guess most of you guys in the room just simply don't have any rail systems inside with whatever system that you work, either online or offline. We currently offer the largest e-ticket rail distribution API. Even in rail, there are several segmentation. There are passes, there are e-tickets, there are vending-based code machines. And we do just e-ticket because we do only what we want to have. So far, we signed contracts to most of the Europe. We have implemented all of Europe aside from the UK and Spain, but we got those contracts signed already. On our next deployment, we'll probably deploy US, Canada, Russia, Japan, and China and India will come up next. Rail is really an interesting market. We're still in 2019, but a lot of railways in the world don't have APIs. But the interesting part is that the ones that we signed already covers 70% of the world passenger trains, and this should be really interesting for you because that vertical is worth $265 billion, and no one is doing it. There are some countries that we work. We don't exaggerate with the numbers. The countries that we work, we actually work. We're not looking for countries that we have only one segmentation to. The B2B pipeline is old, is a week old. We're already over 200. Challenges of rail is outdated tech. Think about Skyscanner in 2008, what they had to deal with. That's what we are dealing right now. And the opportunity for you is really interesting because in air and hotel, 60% of the travel is ordered outside the direct channels of the airlines or the hotel, while in rail, 95% goes directly to the railway. We have a rail scanner, which is the ticketing technology we developed, and we cater everyone. If you want to just try this market, you can connect to us via an affiliate or white label, or if you already know that you have a certain amount of volume, then you can go about with our API. What we are looking for is partnership. We work with some of the guys here in the room, and we are also looking in investment, but the first part will bring the second part, so we're happy. Thank you very much, guys, for listening.
Thank you, Udi. I would like to just remind everyone that it's a 3-minute speech for each startup. No questions at the moment, and after we finish here, everyone will be downstairs. so you can ask anything you would like. Next one is Arbitrip. I would like to call Benny Yonovich.
Okay. Cool. Take a look at this number, 23%. This is the average attachment rate that TMCs report, meaning TMCs travel management companies, corporate travel, meaning that for every 10 flights they sell, they are only able to sell 2 or 3 hotel bookings. And this is a problem because it is a very important revenue stream. They can do the upsell. And more importantly, they are losing the retention of the client, which is really dangerous, so he can take his business somewhere else. But why does it happen? Basically speaking, people want to book their business hotels exactly as they book their leisure trips, meaning coverage, content, exceptional user experience, and competitive pricing. This is how we developed Arbitrip, the go-to solution for hotel booking. We developed a set of 3 very smart technologies that helping to making this vision a reality: smart personalization, pricing, and user experience. Regarding the personalization, we took a unique approach. We blend 3 data vectors. We take the market data, we analyze it in a very sophisticated way. We combine it with the enterprise data, things like travel policy or enterprise preferences. And most importantly, we combine it with the user preferences, which we learn automatically through advanced signal processing and machine learning. This is create a fantastic recommendation algorithm that converts really well. Second technology is smart pricing. We do basically two things. First, in the net rates world, we know how to price each room effectively, a dynamic pricing mechanism. Then we are able to satisfy the client that gets a good price, but also, on the other hand, maximizing the revenue for the TMC. Second, we developed an arbitrage algorithm, price drops. Whenever someone books in the system, we look after the booking until the last cancellation date, and if a better room or a better price become available, we rebook it. And the third thing is a smart user experience, which is a very important thing today in our world. So basically, people are looking for modern experience, exactly as they get at the leisure world, sleek, modern, intuitive, and this is exactly what we developed. Our results so far: we have more than 350 clients worldwide, fantastic attachment rate of 97%. We are growing really fast right now, between 15–20% month over month. We have opened recently our London office, and we are looking for international partners who can leverage our technology for their own benefit. If you want to hear more, please contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Benny. As Tim said before, we have not only travel tech companies here or startups, we have also startups from different verticals, which are shifting or looking into the travel industry. Next one is one of them. I would like to present Emerj by Chedva Kleinhandler.
Hi, everyone, and thanks, Chen, for pronouncing my name correctly. That's not something that happens every day. So as Chen mentioned and Tim and Idan said before, we are not a travel startup, but as an industry that employs roughly 1 in 10 people in the global economy, travel companies need to start looking more and more into the future of work. And that means looking into how do you recruit more talent, how do you tap into more people, how do you increase the engagement of the existing workforce, and of course, how do we decrease the turnover? And this is exactly what we do. So we're looking here on a few stats about millennials, but actually these are pretty much general, and you can almost apply them as is to Gen X and Gen Z. So 59% of millennials nowadays, when they're looking at a job opening, consider learning and growth opportunities as a much higher priority than salary. Think about it for a minute. That is extremely different from what we had here 20 years ago, and not even speaking about a few generations ago. And that means we need to find solutions to empower learning and growth opportunities at scale in companies where we have distributed workforce across tens or even hundreds of locations, where we have tens of types of employment. And this is what Emerj does. So Emerj is the first SaaS platform that democratizes learning opportunities inside the workforce in a peer-to-peer level. So this is how it looks like. When an employee comes into the closed internal platform that is white labeled and of course private and secure for our corporate clients, they can go integrate their profile in their existing company HRM, or just create a new profile and tell us if they want to only consume knowledge and be connected to people who they can learn from on an immediate basis, or actually also contribute to their knowledge. Then they immediately go into the platform, privately are able to ask questions or tell us what their needs are, what are their goals in their career or in their work. And we find them the most relevant people across the organization, across location, across functions that can help them right now. They can even filter them by the perspective that they're seeking. And for the organization, beyond scaling the internal knowledge, making sure that employees are engaged, are happy, that they stay there and become more productive, you also get really unprecedented data on what are the most burning issues on top of your employees' minds, how you can make it better immediately, and what are the opportunities for growth for the organization itself on the business level. So we're already working successfully with Fortune 500 companies in tech and in finance, and very excited to tap into the travel industry. And we'd love to talk to you afterwards. Thank you.
Thanks, Chedva. Next one, we have Refundit by Tom Degani.
So, hi everyone, my name is Tom Degani from Refundit. First, I would like to say thank you to Shin, Rom, Flavia for organizing an amazing event. So, today I'm going to talk about money, your money, and how Refundit is going to help you get it back. So, VAT refund or tax-free shopping exists under law in 52 countries around the world, when in theory, tourists can claim back their VAT on shopping. But the reality is that it's always a mystery whether you will be able to receive it back or not. Today, the current paper-based process contains of long paper forms and long queues at the airport, and the reality is that only 10% of the tourists actually claim back their VAT. Refundit is completely reinventing the world of tax-free shopping with an end-to-end digital solution. Okay, now how does it work? Tourists, they have an application on their phone. They can shop at any store in the country, and the only thing they need to do is take a picture of the receipt. Before leaving the country, they will submit a digital VAT refund claim directly to the tax authorities. Now, to the other side of the story, Refundit is the only company in the world that took the extra mile and actually is collaborating with government. That means that we build a cross-European management platform, including the most advanced fraud detection capabilities, such as big data analytics, AI, and machine learning, in order for governments to receive, analyze, and they can make one of two decisions: approve or decline the application digitally. Now, during the process, we did two mini revolutions. First one is we disconnect the retailer from the process. That means we open the market to all stores, including the 85% of the small and medium businesses that today cannot facilitate this process. The second thing that we did, transform the process to risk assessment process. That means by providing the local tax authorities enough information about the tourist in advance, they can approve him digitally, which is the case in 80% of the requests today, or to call him for a physical inspection, same as done today. Now, let's talk about numbers. Yearly eligibility in the EU, 26 billion euros. Out of a potential of 26 billion, only 3 billion are being collected. On that 3 billion, tourists are paying excessive commission of 30 to 60%, every time. Refundit offers a user-friendly experience, very seamless, and we are charging 9% commission. I'm looking for partnership. I'm looking for collaboration with hotels, with government entities, and that's it. Please approach me later. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tom. Next one, we have HedgeWize by Pavel Soifer. And again, it will show the link between the travel industry and the fintech industry.
Thank you, Han. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Pavel, and I'm the CEO of HedgeWize. HedgeWize is a corporate solution for currency risk management. We help companies, global companies, to manage their FX risk. So I would like to ask you one question. Please raise your hand, those that represent companies that deal in more than one currency. OK. I probably won't be able to meet you all, but trust me, we have a solution that could help you and save you a lot of money. So there is a big challenge of the FX in the travel industry. It is because most of the transactions are done in more than one currency, practically creating a FX risk. There is a big time difference between the moment that you book the transaction and the moment you make the payment. That increase the risk. And the third one is the margins that are going lower. And in this volatile environment, you can't just leave this risk open. So there are several approaches to manage this risk. One is just to add a safety margin, practically increase the price by 2 or 3%. That does not do anything with real volatility of the markets that can be much more higher. The second one is to speculate on the FX market, just leave it open. I know several companies that close their business because of leaving this exposure open. And the third one is to create a bulk transactions to manage that risk. And it's not accurate enough in this environment that is very, very competitive. So we have partnered with another fintech solution that is called ZooPay. And Maria Connor here, just raise your hand, who represents the ZooPay. This is our partner from UK that helps us to create a solution for the FX risk in the travel industry. So we have created a solution that fits in to your pricing engine on one side and goes all the way through the booking system to the payment that you make to your suppliers, making sure that the rate you use to price the customer is exactly the same rate that you will use when you make the transfer at the end of the day. This practically eliminates the risk, creates your market opportunity, and this way we can help you to save your margins. Who can benefit from this solution? Practically any part of the travel industry. It can be OTAs, it can be tour operators, anybody in this room. We are happy to help you to protect your bottom line and create you additional profits. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavel. Great. Next one, it's Nextravel by Harel Moshe.
Hi, everyone. My name is Harel, and I'm the CEO of Nextravel. In Nextravel, we support and empower travel agencies and OTAs. If you're struggling every day, making sure that your travelers are getting the best flight deal with a great service, at the most efficient and profitable way, it's about for a change. You're probably using the wrong tools. Travel operation, especially the aviation segment, became complex. Most of the travel agencies and the OTAs operating today with limited access to over 40% of the flight product inventory. The results for that are misleaded customers, bad service, and inefficient process. We started our operation 3 years ago, and after a year of multi-beta sites, we're proud to implement today new update flight reservation platform as a desktop for travel agencies and API environment for OTA. Our platform includes all the relevant content, tools, and abilities you as a travel agency or OTA need to win this challenge. As you can see, our platform already do multi-ticketing. We combine different flight product. We do interlining, combining flight product. Our Super PNR will allow you to manage a multi-ticket reservation, flight reservation. We're running seamless program, implementation program that include the ability to process under your credential. It means you don't need to change anything at your current processes. There is no preliminary cost or installation, and you pay a fixed price only for your executed tickets. Okay, if you have any interest on our solution, please contact us. Thank you.
Thanks, Harel. Next one is another cybersecurity startup. And if you are using an API, which probably you do, I think you should listen. Thanks. Please welcome Mirit Kagarlitsky.
Hi. So a couple of weeks ago, while I was working on this presentation, I saw this in the headlines. Using a legit API, hackers managed to steal more than thousands of records, personal records, including the personal itinerary of Prime Minister Netanyahu, causing more than $250 million of damage, not to mention the possible damage to the brand. API is how you do business. API is the present and the future of digital travel industry. I know it. You all probably know it. The problem is the bad guys, they also know it. Gartner predicts that by 2022, 50% of cyber attacks will be through APIs. Think about it. 50% all through APIs. And now let's think about the numbers in the travel industry. So $1 trillion of industry, 50% of attacks through APIs, and almost $350 million of damage after any breach. This is a huge risk, and we need to solve it together. This is Wenspire. Wenspire is an API protection and analytics platform. Our patent and proven technology acts like an X-ray machine to your API data stream. We plug seamlessly into your API architecture, analyzing all the data going through your API, and exactly like an X-ray machine in the airport, we're making sure the API is being used only for the purpose it was meant to be, alerting you, of course, if there are any personal data or any kind of other data breaches going through the API. I know there are a lot of cybersecurity solutions out there, but they all, or most of them, suffer from the same problems. They have a lot of integration, tons of configuration, engineers' time you need to spend on them, and most important, they impose so many false alerts. They're just not fit to this agile world of APIs, and they cannot do the simple thing which Spire does. Just connect one side to another with no risk in the middle. Our co-founding team came from the heart of the Israeli cyber ecosystem. My co-founder, Tal, who is here, was the CTO of the Israeli National Cyber Directorate, reporting directly to the Prime Minister. We are already working with enterprises all around the world, not in the travel tech industry yet. And actually, we are here to say, you inspire to have an enterprise based on multiple APIs. We inspire, you'll do it with no risk. Thank you.
Thank you, Mirit. It was great. Next one, last but not least for this, this lineup, we have Orient by Shin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shin. I'm with Orient, the indoor GPS company. Ron mentioned earlier a tweet by President Trump, so here's one. I don't know if you can imagine your life without Google Maps or Waze or Uber or Tinder or whatever other location-based app that you're using on a daily basis, but you'll probably end up looking like this. That's because most of us don't know how to read maps, not to mention physical maps anymore. And we are doing that on a daily basis once we go inside buildings where GPS signal is not available. We spend 90% of our time indoors, and we struggle to find our way. We've seen many solutions, attempts to be deployed. You see this one in a shopping mall. Users simply didn't adopt that. They want an easy thing. They don't want to memorize. They want it in their palm. And imagine a life where you go inside a building and you can find whatever it is you're looking for, an item, an office, a hotel room. And then, on the other hand, you provide the facility manager or the building owner the opportunity to understand what's happening inside their buildings, and by that, to optimize the experience for you. Current solutions are either requiring to deploy hardware, such as Bluetooth beacons, which are very costly because you need hundreds or thousands of them, or reliance on existing infrastructure such as Wi-Fi, which is inaccurate and might position you in the wrong place in the building. Here comes Orient. We're a software-only company. That means no installation is needed. We don't deploy any hardware in your building. We are leveraging something that already exists all around us, which is Earth's magnetic field. And together with the sensors that we already have existing in our smartphones, we are able to pinpoint your location with an accuracy of 1 meter. This solution is relevant to any type of building. It could be a shopping mall or a store. It could be an airport, a hotel, hospital, corporate offices, etc. And this is to be used by our end users to allow them to find their ways. It could be used for tracking in real time and monitoring our operational teams, such as cleaning or logistics teams. And it could be used retrospectively to understand the traffic in our building and gain insights on the usage of our space. We're Orient. We raised over $4 million so far. We're based out of Tel Aviv. We see traction already from all over the world, and our vision is to be deployed in any building, anywhere in the world in the coming years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Or. So we're going to, before we break for lunch, just a few things. I mean, we carefully handpicked those startups. Chen did most of this work when I was traveling, doing my travel thing, meeting all over international. I get the fun stuff. You get to go to all the boring cyber event and all the fintech boring event. They're not fun like travel. But all of them has, and sometimes you didn't see it because this is not a competition. It's a 3-minute pitch just to show the availability of technologies, and all of them have application to at least one segment within the travel industry. Specifically, I think Or didn't You know, I come from the big integrated resort. Obviously, it was a big issue for us, but there are other applications for even OTAs and obviously other hotel. And you guys are going to meet with them tomorrow to learn more about it. So we're going to break for lunch. After lunch, we have, I think, a panel. We have an hour lunch so you can eat and network. And then we have the second batch with another 8 startup. So we hope to see you here. After lunch, not too sleepy. There is an espresso machine. We pay dearly for this machine, so please use it. Thank you very much.